Hello, citizens, and welcome back. This is our match reaction to Man City 3, Chelsea 1 in the Premier League. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, and let's jump into it. So City win 3-1 against Chelsea. I didn't see this result coming. I know Chelsea can be a bit of a funny team, a bit of an awkward one, Chelsea. They remind me a lot of Tottenham. You just never know what team's going to turn up. When they're on it, they're fantastic. They score a lot of goals. You know, they look very, very dangerous on the attack. And when they're off it, they put in kind of a mild, timid performance. And the Etihad performance was a bit of both. At the beginning of the game, beginning of the first half, we got run ragged. Chelsea ripped through us as you would have expected them to, you know, of all that. They're a lot younger than us. They've got a lot more energy. They're a lot quicker. And they look fitter as well. And they tore through us every opportunity going forward in the opening 5-10 minutes. We were lucky to keep the score down at just 1. Yes, we had a new defender at centre-half. You know, we had the new forward in as well as Marmoush. And I know the defender made the mistake, Kuznetsov. I know he made the mistake. You know, he's a terrible one as well. You know, he's just, I think the moment maybe got to him. He wasn't really aware of his surroundings, you know, and it's the first time playing in the Premier League, of course. And, you know, with all that new pace, new players, you know, he's not really had proper training sessions with the club. It was a risk for Pep putting him in there. But I don't blame him for making that mistake. I know he made it, and I don't think he'll make it again. Hopefully he won't make it again anyway. But even if he does, the defense this season has been terrible. They've been making mistake after mistake. I blame Pep again because he's put him in there, not knowing he doesn't speak any English, knowing he's not going to be able to communicate with the players really. He's not done any training sessions, but he's thrown him in there with Núñez at right back. And Núñez, I tell you what, this Núñez experiment at right back, I keep saying it, it has to stop. I saw it against United where he was at fault for both their goals. I've seen it time and time again. You know, teams attack us down that left-hand side so much now that he's in that team. It's ridiculous. You know, I know we don't have the pace of Walker anymore, but for the love of God, get someone that can defend and don't stick a forward player in right back position. You know, we tried it with Bernardo left back a couple of seasons ago. Disaster. Now we're doing it with Núñez, and we just keep throwing him in there, especially when you got Stones on the bench. I know Stones is coming back from injury, and I don't want him injured again. But put Stones at centre half and put the kid at right back if you have to, or whatever. But putting him alongside Núñez wasn't going to help his cause. In the first 5 minutes, we looked like a team that had never played together. We looked like none of that defense had ever seen each other before, let alone just one. So yeah, he made the mistake. It was a disaster. He almost got sent off a little bit after that when he brought down Palmer. He was lucky to get a yellow card. I think if he'd made that challenge any sooner or Palmer was any further forward, I think it would have been a red card for last man. So yeah, it was a terrible start for him. But I will say is he grew into the game after that. And I think he was one of our better defenders in that first half. I thought he stood up well. He made the crucial block just after the goal and the yellow card as well when we got run ragged again when they broke the offside trap. I know he was one that keeping them online, onside. But he got back. He defended. He got the block in. And I do think he grown into it. And I think he actually played all right in the end. And I'm looking forward to seeing more of him. And look, we bought him for the next couple of seasons. I don't think he would have been expected to be thrown in there immediately. But that being said, it was a harsh lesson for him. And in the second half, when he got brought off, you know, you saw the players rally around him. To be fair, I saw them rally around him when the mistake happened. I saw Núñez go up to him when there was a break in play, just telling him, you know, doing all right, calm down. Or whatever it was he was saying to him. I don't even know if they can communicate with each other. But the players did rally around him. When he came off, the fans are pretty good to him as well. The fans didn't get on his back at all. And in the first half, when he making them short 5-yard passes to Edison after the mistake, the fans clapped him every time he made a pass, which might seem a bit condescending to some, but I saw it as a bit of a confidence thing, you know. But like, don't worry about it, you know, keep your head up. So I thought the fans were great, and like I said, when he came off, he got great support from the players on the bench, you know, the support staff as well, and Pep, and the fans gave him a standing ovation as well going off. So well played to him, well played to the fans, well played to everyone, you know. And when he came off, it was 1-1. It's not like we were winning either, so. And I think it was the right call bringing him off. I know someone next to me said that, you know, you're not going to destroy his confidence just hooking him off after 52 minutes. He was on a yellow card. Chelsea were dangerous on the counter-attacks. It was the right thing to do. Now, as for that, like I said, they got the goal. But other than that, I thought we kept them mostly quiet after the opening exchanges, you know, when we settled into it a little bit. Because it was a bit frenetic, a bit frantic. But after that, we settled down and we grew into it. And I thought we were the better team. I thought we were good for the goal. And when the goal came, to be honest, there's no surprise. I mean, for the last 10 minutes of that first half, our fullbacks were the most dangerous forwards we had. You know, you had Núñez and Vardy both go one-on-one with Sanchez. which is crazy. And then obviously Nunez breaks the offside trap. Lovely chip over the top. I think it was Gundogan or Bernardo, someone like that. Might have been Kovacic even. Someone plays it over the top for him. Gets one on Sanchez. Good save. Ricochets back to Vardy. Kind of fortuitous, but it is what it is. Puts it in the net. 1-1. And in the second half, we built on it. Finally, I saw us build on something rather than just completely fold. You know, we fought hard again. Frantic start to the second half. End-to-end stuff. You know, it could have been... This is one of those games that could have been 6-6 or 6-0 to a team. It was just whoever's going to take the most chances. And it was us that took the most chances. We went in front. It was Haaland that got the goal. Long ball over the top by Edison. Nice flick on by Haaland for himself. Sanchez in no man's land. Lovely goal. 2-1. And then obviously, I didn't think we were going to get a third because we started taking off forwards. I know we brought De Bruyne on, but we sat back. We defended. You know, I think the players were probably really, really tired, really leggy. And you could see that because Chelsea were putting pressure on us, but they just couldn't take their chances, you know. And again, we lovely counter-attacks, lovely long ball. De Bruyne flicks it on for Haaland. Haaland holds up really well, flicks it round the corner for Foden. And I thought he'd held on to it for too long. I really did. I thought the defence got back in time, but he kept his composure and he slotted it past Sanchez. 3-1, game over. And for the most part, like I said, I think we did pretty well. I know defending it at the moment for us is a bit of a mess, but going the other way, we look at Marmoush, who played, and I thought he was fantastic. Marmoush, I thought he looked quick. I thought he looked sharp. He was good on the turn. And when you look at him as well, honestly, for me, he was a bright spark in that team. He really was, and I'm really looking forward to seeing more of him as well. Unfortunately, his goal was offside. I thought it was offside like 4 or 5 times. I think I've not seen the highlights. You know, I'm just talking straight after being at the game, but it was a good performance from him. He put in a solid one. And I'm really impressed. And like I said, I'm impressed with the other one as well. Kajrov, I thought he did all right after his mistake. Yes, his mistake was an awful one, but I thought he grew into the game and I thought he did okay. So overall, decent performance. It was a good win against Chelsea. I know Chelsea, I think they've only won like 1 game in 7 or something. I think they were like something like 2 points behind Liverpool going into Christmas, and then they've just completely fell off the last few weeks, which Chelsea can do. You know, it's a young squad. They've not really got any consistency in them. And that takes us back to 4th. I think we're 3 points behind Forest now, another 6 points behind Arsenal. So considering how bad our months have been, yes, we're not going to win the title, but considering how bad we've been, we're not in a bad spot, really. And if we can come through the next 5-6 games, I know they're really, really tough games, but if we can win most of them than we lose, I think we're in a good spot for the end of the season, to be honest. Like I said, with the new signings, I think we look better. We look improved. We look like we've got more squad depth, which is definitely what we need with all these injuries. Because you look at that bench, you know, everyone plays 45 minutes and they're injured for 3 weeks. So fingers crossed, no more injuries now, or the minimum injuries. We build on this. And the one thing I keep saying, week in, week out, build on something going forward. And every time I say that, we collapse in the next game. Will we do that against Bruges? I don't know. Normally, you'd say we'd smash Bruges, but then again, the Champions League this season, we've been awful. I mean, I'd rather just be out of it, to be honest. Just focus on the league. Just focus on form. Just focus on fitness. Just get out of that stupid competition. And it's ridiculous that we still have a chance of going through. It's absurd, that new format. But that's what UEFA wanted, for the big teams to have another chance to go into the next round. But yeah, big performance from City. Good win. 3 points, 3 goals. Disappointing to concede, but the fact that we didn't concede anymore after that is really good. We kept Palmer mostly quiet as well. He had a couple of brief opportunities. But overall, like I said, I think we did all right. And the team are fighting. The team are fighting for each other. You can see that on the pitch. They are frustrated when things go wrong. They are rallying around each other. So it's not all doom and gloom, despite what I've said in previous videos in the last few months. But yeah, I'm really happy with this performance. I'm really happy with City. The Nunez thing has to stop it right back. The defense needs to be started. I mean, Vardy. I mean, these performances from Vardy as well, it's really odd. He can't defend half the time. Now, this season, he's one that's been making mistake after mistake. But then he can't defend. And then one game he has a blinder. And then the next one he drops again. But going forward, our 2 fullbacks against Chelsea are phenomenal. But defensively, they're probably the worst we've got. And then midfield, yeah, it is what it is. It's just so much rotation, so many injuries. But Foden looks like he's getting back to his best. I thought Haaland was brilliant in this game. I thought his hold-up play was good. You know, he's running a lot more. His pressing was decent. Like I said, Marmoush was helped on the left-hand side. He was going from right, left, middle. He was everywhere. Marmoush. Bernardo, he was absolutely everywhere in this game. Every time the ball appeared somewhere on the pitch, he was around there, you know, within 10 yards of it. So, yeah, good performances all around. Yeah. And I thought Kovacic had a good game as well, as he normally does. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for checking it out. Make sure to hit like, hit subscribe. Yeah, good win for us, isn't it? Good win. Yeah, 3 points. Fantastic. See you again. Bye-bye.